crushed ice.
Okay, what you doing now?
Putting crushed ice in the glasses. And we don't have proper hurricane glasses, so I'm using Pilsners.
They're beautiful, though.
They really are. Fine German crystal.
Are you sure you have enough cocktail ingredients?
I do what I can. I get by. I live on an island. This week's cocktail is a local derivation on the hurricane, which is made famous before the World War II or after World War II in New Orleans.
And what's in it?
Rum, fresh lemon juice, and passion fruit syrup.
What are we calling it?
Small craft advisory.
We have a lot of small craft advisories here in Southeast Alaska.
This week's episode, we thought we would talk about why we chose France. It's Chris is going to come and she'll join us later. She's just getting off work. So we thought we would go over step by step the reasons that we chose to retire in France as opposed to Arizona, as many Alaskans do, or Mexico, or wherever. We were looking at Panama for a while, but I kept telling our financial advisor as we were planning, what do you want to do in your retirement? I kept saying, well, I'm going to need money to travel so that I can get to Europe. So eventually he just said, why don't you just go to Europe? But we were thinking, Panama must be very inexpensive, which it is.
Yep.
But we did not realize how inexpensive France was. So a couple of the reasons that we chose to retire in France, number one is the cost of living. The cost of living compared to down south, which is the lower 48 states, is about 40% less in France than it is in the United States, which means that for us,
In
it's
Alaska.
about 50% less.
Oh yeah, it's insane.
Yeah. Some people, so just a few of the different costs. For us, a week's worth of groceries, what do you think we spend?
Right under $200.
You're hilarious.
Okay,
He doesn't
did
do
I
the
shop
money.
for?
He doesn't. Yeah, he shops for. We spend about $250 to $300 a week on groceries. You really can't go to the grocery store here and come out without spending
Quite
a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. It does cost more because we are on an island and you have to ship up. Everything comes by barge. So everything's a week behind. That's why, the fruits and vegetables are a little
Sad. On their way out.
Sometimes. So that's one thing. And then the cost of buying groceries in France, of course, is about, in the research that we have done for two people, is about 100 to 150 euro a week.
Yeah.
That's if you're eating really well. Because we do want to travel, once we're there, we will be able to more affordably travel to the places that we really love. I lived in London for about a year, and I love London. I've gone back several times since. I want to be able to go to London, and a flight from Paris to London is like an hour 20, something like that. Oh my God, I can't even imagine being able to get there so quickly. You can also take the train, which I've done before, from London to Paris and back again. Just being able to get to places that I love.
Right here where we're living in Ketchikan, the highest part of any travel anywhere is getting from Ketchikan to our major hub down south, which is Seattle.
Yeah.
And there's never any great deals, or if they are, it's not when you want to travel.
Yeah.
Hi, buddy.
So what countries would you like to be able to visit more quickly?
Germany, England, Belgium, the Netherlands, just Italy.
Europe is our jam.
Yeah.
Europe's our jam. So, high on the list of reasons that we've chosen France is the cost of living, and then the cost of traveling to other places within Europe. I do know that it's going to cost us to go back and forth. I may have to come back and forth to Alaska still because of my job, but you know, once I'm full-time over there working remotely, I'm going to Amsterdam for the weekend. Thank you. We plan to, we probably should rent for a little bit. That is recommended by everybody. Rent for a little while till you figure out where you want to live, what region. We're really zeroing in on the regions that we want to be in, which we'll go over in future videos. Yeah, the cost of housing in those regions that we're looking at are very affordable, whether you live in a city or out in the country. And then the quality of food is another reason that we would like to be in France. I think like many people in the United States, it's tough to get all organic, things that don't have a lot of added preservatives. We do cook a lot of our own food from scratch. I do bake bread. I baked goods from scratch. We very rarely eat out because the cost of going out to dinner, I don't know, when's the last time we went out to dinner?
It's like right under $100 for
That's
just
for a
two
very basic.
and just one drink a piece.
Yeah,
and,
that's very, very basic, like the diner place. And so the availability of not only quality food in the stores, but also quality food in restaurants is a huge thing for us. Our hobbies are entertaining, having parties, dinner parties, making cocktail parties. That's very much what we like to do with friends, and we hope to go over there and make more friends and invite everybody to a cocktail party. So comment down below if you are going over there and you want to come to a dinner party, because we would love to have you. Right? Yes? Crazy dogs. We have dogs, just so you know. So the other thing that I'm really looking forward to as somebody who is self-diagnosed workaholic, because I work in the tourism industry. I work 7 days a week in the summertime. So cruise ships started coming the 17th of April, and I don't take a day off until the last cruise ship, really, which is October 19th.
And it's a noticeable change in the stress level in the house.
So, yeah. And
it's like, oh, it's underway.
It's summer. Yeah. I run multiple tours. I do the logistics for 7 tours. And that's just a lot. It's a lot. And so I would like to find a better work-life balance. And that's one of the things that we're looking for as we retire. How about you? The pace of life. He already kind of lives on his own pace. So.
It's true. Yeah, just interested in like taking bike rides and stuff and exploring the area. What do you want to do?
He just wants to run around in a yard and bark at things and
I know.
bark at other dogs that are walking by. All right. Chrissy has arrived. She got off work. It's Friday night.
Yes.
So we are having the
Hurricane.
What is the name of them?
Small craft
Advisory.
Oh,
Is the name of it. It is a hurricane sort of drink. So
okay.
yeah,
Wow.
that is the cocktail of the week.
Here's to Friday.
Here's to Friday. So we were talking about why we've chosen France, and maybe you have different answers than we do. So what is the very first thing that comes to your mind as to why you've chosen France to retire?
Warm.
Yeah, the weather.
Warm area to walk.
Yeah.
That isn't mountainous necessarily. And also just to slow down. I watched a show the other day about expats in France, and they were talking about a lot of Americans move over there and they immediately get stopped because they're like, oh, everything has slowed down and stopped. And I'm thinking, we're from a small island in Alaska. Things are already closed on weekends. Things are already closed in the evening. That's not going to be a shock to me.
No.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. There's lots of stuff that for us will not be different.
Right.
Whereas for somebody else, maybe if you live in a city down south, will be a shock. Like, I know that if you order something from Amazon down in Seattle, you get it that day or the next day. That doesn't happen here. We know that when we press order, it's going to take a week to 2 weeks for it to arrive. So we're already used to that sort of thing. And then I've heard a lot of people talk about, like if you need something done on your house, finding construction crews, that sort of thing. Just to give you an example, we needed our roof repaired, and I think we started the process in 2021 looking for a company that would do our roof, and it was done in 2024. Yeah. So this whole like, oh, it takes so long to get anything done, that's not any different than here. So
I mean, I'm waiting 4 months to have my car fixed.
yeah.
That's just normal.
Yeah, I got rear-ended and it took 6 months to get the parts here and to get it fixed. So we're not surprised by any of that sort of thing. I think it's Alaskans are kind of tailor-made for that sort of lifestyle, but there are elements where we could be slowing down a lot more.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for our mental health would be great. Yeah. So what else? What else are you looking forward to?
be
Medical.
honest.
This is something we have not talked about.
You know, as we get older, we're going to need more and more medical. We have great medical here. I work at the hospital. We have great medical, but we don't have access to a lot of different kinds of medical because we're an island in Alaska. So we have traveling doctors who aren't here all that often. We have specialties we don't even have. So that's a concern as we get older. I mean, you know, it's fine now, but 10 years we may need.
So here's a good for instance. I have a thing with my nose that I need to get fixed, and I can't get in to see anybody until August, and because it's a traveling doctor. And then I had a member of my staff, they needed a root canal.
Oh gosh.
She had to fly to Seattle. So, and then Eric has to fly out of town for just the most basic procedures. He will go to Sitka or Anchorage in order to have procedures because it can't be done here. So whatever happens, it's going to be a step up from access. It's access to medical.
Absolutely.
Plus the affordability.
The cost of medical and medications.
Yeah, for
Astronomical here.
I do not have health insurance through the company that I work for. It's pretty common in, especially in Southeast Alaska, for tour companies. They're small, family-run businesses usually, and they do not provide health care like a policy. So I get my health care through Eric, who is a bartender at a lodge here. He has another form of health care because he is Native Alaskan. So he's very lucky in that regard. I am not. So being able to buy into the healthcare system there will be fantastic. And even the interim policies that you have to get, it's like so incredible. It's like less than what you pay in a month here. It's insane. To cover myself on the Affordable Care Act here in Alaska, because we did not buy into the Affordable Care Act, it's $2,400 if I wanted to get covered. So that's why we're doing that. What are some other reasons that you're wanting to move to France?
Well, I've been to Europe several times. I've not been to France, but I know I like the climate. I know I like the people. I know I like the areas I've been in that are very similar, the Mediterranean areas. And I just, you know, the older I get, the less interested I am in this weather, although it's a beautiful day today.
Every time we film, it's not bad.
No, it's not warm, but it's not raining.
I did record this morning. I put I'll put some rain in there for you.
It was pouring when I got up this morning. Yeah.
So we're really enjoying just creating these videos and talking about what we are doing. And if this is something that you are interested in, retirement to France, retirement to Europe, retiring with friends, you know,
whole
please
different dynamic.
like and subscribe, follow along on our journey. This is only episode 2. This is the view from our deck. It is a nice day. We complain about the weather, but sometimes it is beautiful. It is still cold out. For those of you who are not used to this sort of thing, that is our water tank. We have a catchment system, so the rain comes off of the roof and fills that tank up. I think it would take maybe 1 week of rain to fill this entire tank up, and we have never run out. We always have enough rain to sustain us. Yeah, gorgeous. That is Annette Island across there. That is where the city of Metlakatla is, for those of you that are familiar with Alaska. And of course, those are the new vans for Ketchikan Concierge. This is the man cave here. Eric will take you on a tour of that sometime soon.
Hi, baby.
And of course,
Hi, baby.
all the babies.
Hi, baby.
Hi, Pumpkinhead.